Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are checking out version 3.0 of RotorSimPilot R44. This aircraft boasts quite a few changes and updates, so let's go ahead and check them out together. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. Alright, so right off the bat, one of the biggest things are texture improvements, and we can definitely see them. Where the main shaft meets the fuselage, we don't see a gap here anymore. Much of the reflection, and it looks like PBR has been adjusted. Some new details. The exhaust vents look even better than they did before. I mean, all the details coming from aircraft from head to toe just look absolutely wonderful. The skids and the skid joints look just almost perfect. Almost perfect. Jumping into the seat, huge differences here in the handle, details, seat belts, overhead panel, junctions, trims. I mean, it just looks fantastic. This aircraft is really coming a long way. The other thing that we talked about today was flight model improvements and sound improvements. So let's go ahead and just do a Control E on the engine start and listen to her start up today. That sounds much better than what it was before. Obviously, it looks like it might still need a little bit of tweaking, but I mean, heck, I don't know, I've never flown R44, but at least you could hear a start process. You could hear some cranking, you could hear initial wind up, and then you could hear the motor slowly wind back down and idle out as everything got started up and running. So definitely a major improvement there. I'm really digging the textures, really digging the textures. Door animation seems a little slow still, but the sound looks great, or sounds great. Alright, well, my biggest thing is I definitely want to check out the latest version of the profile for Airland FS. So let's get her airborne and fly this thing, because I'm really excited to see what improvements it brings. So adding some power here. And you can hear those engines winding up, or that engine, I should say, winding up. Whoa, okay, oof, yeah. Wow, okay. Let's try that a bit smoother, shall we? Wow. Oh, that is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. This is great. It really is. This is, the transitions from one direction to the other are very smooth. The jerkiness of the aircraft is gone. It feels like I'm floating. And I know that sounds silly when you're looking at it at a monitor, but it does. It's not a simulated trampoline anymore. We're floating. I mean, look at the relationship to the vertical stabilizer there on the windshield. The windshield trim, whatever the hell I'm trying to think of. You guys know what I'm trying to talk about. And look at its relationship to the horizon line. The aircraft is cockeyed. We're leaning to the left to stabilize. We're not just leaving it straight up and down and holding that perfect hover. We're having to counteract, I imagine, airspeed or wind speed and you know, the vortices created on the ground from the main rotors. I can't remember what the term is. Someone told me last video and I forgot it. Sorry. But this performance is fantastic. I mean, it is challenging as hell. It's extremely challenging. But at the same token, it's great. Like, it's not doing anything that I don't feel like I'm fighting a simulator. I feel like I'm just trying to learn the aircraft and how it wants to behave. I keep looking down so you guys can see some of the cyclic movements, hopefully. And the anti-torque pedal there. But I mean, look at the way it's moving. It's not jolting around on some weird rails. It's floating. Look at how smooth it's moving, rocking from side to side. It's not just jolting. It's not some choppy. How do you even describe it? It's a natural shift from one direction to the other. All right, let's try to taxi. That's probably one of the hardest things to do with helicopters is to taxi them. And I definitely need to set the response curve down a little bit on my anti-torque pedal. So I'm going to set her back down for just a second. We're going to play around with that for a minute. Just a second. Let me set her in. Come on. I mean, this is a perfect example. Look at that. I'm just trying to get her back down, and the way it's moving is what you'd expect it to do. Nothing was ridiculous. Nothing felt silly there. It felt good. The aircraft would start to shift one way, and I actually had reasonable expectation of what to do to fix that. All right, let's bring this pedal sensitivity down. They're a little strong. They're a little strong. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I can't stress that enough. This flight model improvement is amazing. Okay, so let's give this another shot. Here we go. And we're going to try a taxi this time. Ooh, nope, going too far. The anti-torque pedal still feels super sensitive. Not unrealistic, just very sensitive. It feels a little jolty, so the yaw in it is a little weird. But the cyclic movement, yeah, I'm gonna drive you guys crazy if I keep trying to taxi. So let's just get flying. Whoa! And as you guys saw on that realism settings, I do have it set to 100%. But if I let go of the cyclic, it immediately wants to rock aft and start banking to the heavier side of the rotor spin. Too cool. This is wonderful. This is absolutely fantastic. I am really blown away here, guys. Flying sideways, yep, we are. Sort of taking a quick loop around the airport, and then we'll bring it back in for a full landing. See what that's like. Almost overspeeding at this point. Whoa. And again, it is challenging. I would expect it to be. I don't know crap about flying a helicopter. And it definitely is. I'm really having to pay close attention to what it's wanting me to do and how to correct some of it. It really wants to lean to that right side. I mean, it's pretty intense. And yes, I'm getting low on purpose. Sort of trying to get an idea of what the helicopter really wants to do. I'm going to try to aim for the tower and just see. I know it's not abnormal for helicopters to sort of crab. I'm just like any other aircraft. They're affected by the wind direction. It's very intriguing. This is a lot of fun to fly. I mean, I'm really. I know I've said that about most of the helicopters here, you know, about how great they are and how good the flight model is. And You know, and I still stand by that. And you have to remember the reason why every single one of these developers are shocking me with these helicopters is because the simulator isn't supported. They don't officially support helicopter flight yet. You know, so the fact that these guys are all able to do this with a simulator that doesn't support it is pretty impressive. It's definitely a credibility to them, or excuse me, a statement of the capability. Excuse me. Whoa. I'm blown away. Alright, well, let's go ahead and try to land it. I think I'm going to land it real quick, because I know you guys are, you know, aren't interested in just watching me fly circles, but I think I'm going to land it, let you guys see what that's like, and then I think I'm going to go up and fly some more. So, let's get you guys what you're here to see. So let's try landing here. Whoa. Too much on that anti-torque. Wow, the low speed flight is definitely interesting in this thing. Down there. Nice and easy. So she likes to get wonky on me. Oh, come on. No, we're doing so good. Damn it. Come on. Oh, not too bad. Alright guys, I highly recommend this, guys. The link will be down in the description below. Definitely give it a shot. Even if you are not, you know, a big helicopter pilot, I highly recommend you guys try this one out. I think you will truly, truly like this. Again, link can be found down in the description below, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would really love to hear what you guys' thoughts are on this latest release of the R44. My compliments to RotorSimPilot and any other team members that are with him on this. And as usual, guys, I will see you in the next one. Have a good weekend.